Hey guys, chill autistic dude here. If you're wondering where I've been and why I'm not uploading as much as I'd like to, I'm gonna put it plainly. I couldn't sleep. And here's what I had going on in my head. I'm doing this from a script because I can't remember all the things I said because I didn't write it down and I decided to put it on a Google document, so here we go. Also, I'm doing a really shitty mic, and I have to get really up close to my laptop thing. And this video is not going to be edited because I'm not bothered to anyway. But here we go. I'm trying my best as a slow and still developing individual to fit into society, and it turns out that is very hard. Let me start simple. To things that should be have done or should have been done several years ago. I don't have a phone. I really don't care if it's a cell phone or a flip phone, just anything that I can text on and receive phone calls is preferable. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be retro, it doesn't have to be modern at all. It could just be just a regular ass phone that can function every day that I can use, and that would fit me perfectly fine. But I was never fitted that kind of luxury because my parents back then had the excuse that it would extort how I had perceived reality. And now their excuse is that the phone company that we currently are with right now is very fucking expensive. And that is why my family can only afford gra- grandmother and brother's cell phone and or cell phones if I'm being grammatically correct. Um and not me because that would be too expensive. And I find that incredibly bullshit, but here we go down into the rabbit hole that I did not write down spectacularly. Um but I do and I have signed up for a disability uh thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's 1:26 a.m. and my memory is kind of shit right now. So, I'm going a little bit of on a sleep deprived rant here. So, like I said, here we go. Fuck it. But I receive $400 uh per month, and which is really nice because as a I wouldn't say disabled, but mentally challenged person, let's just say. Um, that's a very nice thing to have. Um, Especially when jobs aren't uh, particularly welcome to those who try to get hired. Um, I'll get to I'll get to that in a minute. It's in the script, and it goes on and on and on. So enough of the side rant that isn't in the script. So here we go back into it. Um, I don't have a mode of transportation, and that is either reliable either. I want to learn how to drive, and the whole book, and I have the whole book to study. The thing is that I am a slow developer, and I struggle with the tiniest details. Memory is not great either, and I have to write things down in order to remember them. But I have a huge ego that says, quote, I don't need to write down things in order to remember them. You could just think, oh, I could just think hard and for a hard minute and get it done, end quote. But the reality is, if I'm being honest, I can't. I am a very notorious I am very notorious for doing said thing, failing miserably, and getting very pissed at the fact that I didn't write it down or remember. And yes, that is a very big skill. skill issue on my end, and I will get to that one day in my life. One day? When? I don't know. But hopefully it's soon, because I don't want to be a massive dipshit in the end of the day. I just want to be good. This is all that I strive for. Anyway, I'd love to have. Oh wait, no. Uh, oh yeah, okay. I'd love to have an old '60s or '80s vehicle, truck, station wagon, van, or anything that I really can get my hands on. That's preferably $5,000 or lower. Um, this is because I want to go into trade school and learn mechanics, welding, and all sorts of stuff that is in my interest. And even things that are not even in my interest, but will benefit me alongside with my hobbies that I'm interested in, like mechanics and so on and so forth. Like HVAC, that's highly profitable besides welding. And fucking diesel mechanics, because a lot of people on construction sites will need their heavy equipment repaired and stuff. So that's gonna be definitely my go-to when enrolling on trade. So, and I'm a hands-on guy. I don't want to be sat behind of a computer working on AI bullshit, even though everybody's saying it's like, oh yeah, it's the future. I don't want a clanker to do my work. If it's imperfected, then I will change it. I do not need a filthy robot to work on my shit. Okay? I hope I got that perfectly clear for you. And if you didn't, fuck off. Okay. Uh, anyways, I want to go to trade school for and learn mechanics, welding, and all sorts of stuff that's in my interest. But guess what? I can't because I don't have said mode of transportation. So, what next? Get a job. That should be easy, right? Go in, get an application, fill everything out, get the resume, uh, dress up and look nice, smell nice, be polite, and go in for a face-to-face interview, and hopefully shake the hands and get the promotion or the job. Right? No, it's not that easy. Fucking hell. Getting a job is the equivalent to asking politely to pass by a person who is probably like blocking the way or something. But then immediately being told, fuck you, and getting domed to the face with a knuckle sandwich. Yeah, and that's what it's like. And I've known friends in high school that genuinely had to get like secret connections in order to actually get a job. Like a regular job. I had a friend, I can't remember his name, but we'll name him Gilbert for now. But Gilbert had to get like some sort of shady fucking um um fucking connection in order to get a job at, what was that? Not Carm, but uh, not Weigel's either, but it was some sort of like supermarket grocery store thing that I thought any other average Joe could just sign up for and get the job, but no, apparently not. Yeah, that's fucked. But I don't know. I'd have to take his word by a grain of salt. I don't know if he meant that seriously, but I'm just gonna have to take his word because he said nothing else, and some other dudes were like, "Yeah, that's literally the same thing I had to go through." And I'm like, "Well, shit. The job market is getting worse, and I predicted when I was when I got done graduating from high school, it would get worse, and I was proven right. It got worse, and now I'm suffering highly. So, I went to entry level jobs and still couldn't get hired. You know why? Because they said, quote, you need prior experience to work a fucking dishwasher, to clean the tables where customers fed their fat asses at IHOP. I went through at least 5 applications, and I all got denied. I went through one face to face interview. I did everything by the book. I dressed up, I smelled nice, I practiced in the mirror, I was polite, I was nice. And guess what? You guessed correctly. I didn't get the job at all. Like, at all. They said, sorry, Mr. John Doe. Uh, you're unqualified for this job. I'm like, fuck. So, and like I said, I did all the right things. I had my resume all checked out. Even my brother, even by my brother, who had worked at previous establishments like movie theaters and even a newspaper factory, for God's sakes, and they still said no. And now I'm being presented with 3 new job opportunities, which I'm excited to tell you. First one, not very excited about because I hate it. I I despise it, but I respect those who work in that job field, I guess, if you can even call it a field. You know. But here we go. One being a mobile birthday unit for kids, working with gaming consoles like Xbox 360s and old PlayStations that run on Minecraft or something. The probability of me having that job is close to zero. Why? I'm not good with kids, and I'm definitely not okay with Karens either. I don't want to catch a fucking accusation, and I don't want to be around kids either because I'm gonna be honest, the kids in this generation are fucking cooked. So yeah, I don't want to be around them. And back in my day, it was really different, like vastly different. We had fucking like inflatable bouncy castles. We had the just like I said, the consoles and stuff, but they were like in a trailer uh behind like a beefy truck and so many other things. Like if some birthday kid that I knew had that going on, my mother and I and my brother would go to it because that shit was fun until it died out and it's no longer fun anymore because kids are on their iPads because their mothers are illiterate and oh, what's the word? More retarded than me. If that says anything, I'm an autistic kid. It even says it in my fucking YouTube channel. For God's sakes, how can you be more stupid but to raise your child on a fucking electronic device? And only that. We cannot let the internet parent the newer generation of kids and the government, especially that one. And that's how the kids online act safety act got in fucking place and I'm pissed. I'm generally pissed about that. and I hate it. I hate it with a burning passion. I hate it. Anyways, that was a whole rant off the script. Going back. All right. The second job is working with horses. I found this job because a lawn worker had commissioned me 20 bucks to make a horse drawing, like pencil paper horse drawing, not some AI bullshit that you generate with your computer boards. Yes, I'm looking at you, you amalgamated, skin grafted, mutated fuck that crawled out of your mother's womb without probably not. I'm having to think about this because you have more than one father. And with all those cells that accumulated in your body made something of a horrified freak that you are. Inhuman. And I considered you dead. Anyways. Alright. Anyways. And he was satisfied and offered me to work at his ranch. And the possibility of me having that job is very high. I like getting my hands dirty. Fuck, I want to be a mechanic. I want to get down into the depths of an engine well and get my face and hands covered in black soot. I want to be dirty. I want to be covered in dirt and all this black shit. Make me look like I just came from a coal mine. Now that's my kind of cup of joe. That's me. That's me, all right. All right. And being around horses, one of the most intelligent animals, at least according to my knowledge, um, out there is a big morale booster. And you can ride them too, which is a bigger bonus. And the very third job is a new establishment that just got done with construction, and it's a Waffle House. Better than IHOP, but IHOP still holds a soft spot in my heart. Now, going on a bit of a tangent that is in the script, which when I was a kid, their omelets were fucking gourmet, and now they're sloppily made, and most of the IHOPs are dead. No one is sitting in them, in exception to some old folks, but that's about it. It's sad to see the decline in sit-in restaurants dying because for me, it's cozy sitting there by yourself and treating yourself with something good, or maybe hanging out with friends. I I thought the whole point of having a job was about quality. If you're making food, make it good, not something that your 4-old Jimmy would spit out and put it on a plate. Like, no, not even with a little bit of salt and pepper. That's disgusting. I know some of y'all are mostly in it for the bag, and I can respect that. But it's a restaurant, a fucking restaurant. Then you can do a whole lot better than that, dude. Anyways, and let's get more personal. Because I used to have a dad who knew a lot more about me. And more than me. Not just about me, but society and everything around him in general. He was a nuclear technician, worked with a lot of computers, including the one I have now, and I genuinely had plans with him that he could possibly save me from the shithole. And now life has made it worse by him dying on me. Did I mention the fact that out of all the family trees I could have been born with, the family has a history of diabetes and dementia? Yeah, diabetes being common and, well, like really, really common, and dementia being close to common. I think that's where I'm getting my loss of memory at because I am very slow intellectually and I'm afraid. I'm scared. I don't mean that by a joke at all. I'm actually scared for my life and me generally and health. I have to take a sip of tea. Hold on. All this yapping and ranting and talking about me and what's going on in my life is actually making me really thirsty right now. uh, Only the luxuries of life in its smallest quantities, just to make you happy enough to appreciate life, but then again hate it all for when you're living in it. Quote me on that all you want. I don't care as long as you credit me. That's all I really want. But did I yeah, something that deeply disturbed me and that I am desperately trying to dig my way out of. He died of cardiac arrest and morbid obesity or obesity. My bad. My dad was an alcoholic due to his depression of him leaving when I was a little kid, and I forgave him for that, and I wanted better things for him, but I never got to do that. The signs of a heart attack were there, and in my opinion, it was my fault and my mother's that she didn't call 911 to save his damn life. I know he probably wanted a way to escape being sad, but I never had thought that he would ever wanted this. And I know that he never wanted to die or be at least suicidal for that matter. I know he was mentally there, but he wasn't in the greatest shape. But I still wanted him here nonetheless. I have his ashes and I miss him badly and sadly. He was the only father figure in my life. My grandfather died of a stroke. My granddad, I don't consider a part of the family because he's a pedophile. He touched my sister inappropriately when I was 8 years old. When she was 8 years old. My apologies. And my mom, nor my aunt or aunt, for some people who pronounce it their way, could never do anything about it because he's a war veteran from Vietnam. Now, look, I'm not all about disrespect. I thank him for his service in Vietnam. But what I don't thank him for is for him to grope my sister at a very young age. Ken, fuck you. All right. Um. Oh yeah, I did just say his name, but hey, not his legal name, not his full legal name, so you don't exactly know. Um. So, eh, right. And from her words, this might not be remembered fully, but this is what I at least remember her saying. Quote, if I had tried to chase legal trouble, then I would have not been able to have legal ownership of your sister, and I would be broke because the system would not help me. End quote. I so all of that is fucked. I am fucked. And I have no idea what to do next. And to make it worse, I am a fat, lazy slob who has gotten into a bad habit of being entitled and egotistical. That, if I'm being honest with you, I would really love to make the change. Now, some people may not view me like that, but that is a personal interpretation of who I am right now as a person. I have the right mindset of I want to change and I want to do these things now, not later. Do it now, not later. do it now. But I do not have the motivation. The only things in life that are keeping me sane is having someone to spread love to, which is ultimately someone that I would like to have for a very long time, longer than my abusive ex girlfriend, which was 4.5 years of constant mental abuse and draining me of my life essence. And the annoying part is that every month, it feels like every month. I don't know if it's every month or not. Um, but every month, she is making alt accounts to avoid my blocks on texts, games, and even my fucking YouTube channel. I have already reported her ass for block slash ban evasion and harassment. Mainly harassment because she will not stop threatening me every time I cut communications with her. Friends who actually give a fuck about me and what remains of my family. And that's all that's really remaining of my sanity. Now, going back to the X part. Now, like the absolute buffoon I am, I wish I had said evidence to prove that to you guys that she is doing all of this, but my dumbass deleted all of it because I thought we were gonna settle things like adults, not children. So, I have none to show other than proof of word. And by some word of friends who actively witnessed my relationship with this multi named person who knows my address, my full legal name, and who I currently reside with. Yeah, she knows my address. I could repeat it, but I'm not going to. I'm not that dumb. I'm not stupid either. It's fucked. So I have to worry about taking care of my grandmother who is dying and is the only source of hope. A market that will not allow me, a simple Joe, to work in a day's life. No degree in a trade yet that I have experience in, and a person who is actively trying to ruin my life because she wants me and no one else to fuel her self satisfaction. Talk about a shitty life. I am not okay. And to go back with that body dysmorphia part, or whatever the fuck you call it, I go to the gym and I am actively trying to get into shape, but my diet is inconsistent and my schedule is too. I want to be jacked. I want to have abs. I want to be in shape, just like I was back in the day when I was a kid. But like I said, I lack the motivation to do so. And when I tell my family, hey, I want to do this and that, blah, 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 they say, yeah, we can do that. And never get around to doing that said thing. So that's what's going on in life. I say, I'm saying I'm not doing well. I'm not doing great. And I'm not doing good either. And I wanted to make this video not just as an update on the channel, but me as a whole. And if anyone out there can relate to my situation, anyone, it could be you, it could be a friend, could be a relative, or hell, it can be even your family that can relate to this and not criticize me for being lazy because I've already made that point. And maybe said person can help me. They can offer advice and maybe a step-by-step instruction on how to deal with the situations that I'm dealing with right now and the mental shit that I'm having to go through. Living in Tennessee is shit. Let's just say that. Yes, I'm a Tennessean, a person who lives in a volunteer state. Go ho, hoody, hackety how. Yeah, I'm not really particularly proud of that at all. But for now, I remain helpless, and I have no idea what to do. And to be fair and honest, I'm scared. So comment whatever. I'll read it and do my best to reply. Don't know what's gonna be my next upload. Hopefully, it's gonna be something nice. Like, hey, I finally got a job. I'm getting paid. Or, hey, I actually got my state ID. Hey, I got my driver's license. I'm doing fine. I love my life. I love you. I love my family. I'm perfectly and utterly sane. Oh, look, a civilian aircraft. Uh, but anyways, it's 1:54 a.m. when I'm recording this, and we're finishing recording this. And I gotta go to bed, even though I don't feel sleepy at all. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. This recording was made on the 7th of 23rd, 2026, aka Thursday, July 20, 23rd of 2026. See y'all later.